Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Generation Strength YouTube channel. As always, please make sure to comment, like, subscribe, leave suggestions for future videos. We love that shit. You didn't know already, my name's Chris.
Amber.
Cool, so today we're gonna be talking about this machine and how it can be useless and how it can be very useful for you in your training. So I don't know about you, but in my personal experience with seeing this machine used and using it myself, when I first started powerlifting about like almost a decade ago, this machine became very popular from Westside Barbell and other big geared lifting crews. And the way we saw this machine used is lifters would hold onto the handles and they would sit back in a very wide stance, and they would sit with their hips a lot, and they would try to replicate a squat-like movement from this position, right? And we're sitting back a lot, right? Sitting into her hips. She doesn't have a lot of forward knee travel there, right? And that's how I use the machine, and I thought it was amazing for a squat accessory, right? Nowadays, raw lifting is a little bit more popular than geared lifting. And if we look at what a geared lifting squat looks like and a raw squat looks like, Amber going through this movement pattern isn't gonna be very helpful for us in context of improving our raw squat. So, pretty straightforward. This philosophy, I guess, kind of rings true with everything we do in our powerlifting training and coaching, is that we want to replicate as best as possible what we're doing on a competition lift with our accessories. So for Amber to do that, for Amber to get a lot more out of this machine, she is going to do that. So that could mean that she takes her hands off the handles. She's also going to make sure that she wants to stack her torso and her pelvis. What kind of sucks about this setup with a belt on a belt squat is the downward force of the belt kind of puts you in extension, puts you in an anterior pelvic tilt, which we don't necessarily want for a squat. So Amber's really going to focus on setting that pelvis underneath her, pushing those ribs down, getting everything nice and tight. And she's going to focus on trying to keep an upright squat pattern when she descends here. So the hips are not going to go back, her knees are going to go forward, and she's going to sit her ass to her heels. You've probably heard that cue in another video we've done. So she can leave her hands on the handles here if she wants to. This is a really good way to kind of introduce somebody to improving their tolerance at the knees, right? There's a lot of popularity, right, with the knee bend crew, knees over toes. If you want to ease somebody into that, this is a great tool. This is a great way to do that, right? We can get forward knee travel, and we can ease her into doing that by kind of regressing the load a little bit by assisting with the hands. If you want to take this one step further, you can take your hands off. She can put her hands here. She can grab a PVC pipe, and she can put her hands back like she's in a squat position. She can do the same thing, right? She can replicate a squat-like movement. Stay upright, knees forward, good. And Amber is so short that even with these blocks, she bottoms out at the bottom of the belt squat. One more way we could do this, right? Hold on, I'll be right back.
Please hold.
2 hours later.
Hold on a second. Is Amber can take these kettlebells here, and she can do what I like to call a kettlebell front rack belt squat. So this is gonna force her to stay upright with the kettlebell front rack position, right? She's gonna reinforce that T-spine upright torso, and she's still gonna be able to sit into that squat position. That's really fucking hard, isn't it? But look how upright she's staying. That looks like a fucking squat, as opposed to, you can drop the kettlebells after that. Go ahead and drop them. As opposed to hands on the handles, wide stance than what she normally uses, sitting back a fuck ton, not getting any stimulus to the quads, right? If you're a sumo deadlifter, this is a great movement to do, right? I can't remember who I saw post a video similar to this a while back, but if you want to do a belt squat like this in the context of improving your sumo pattern, go for it. This is a great way to help improve a sumo pattern. If you want to strengthen your squat and improve your squat pattern, don't do this. Do anything we just showed you a minute ago. So there you go. Pretty straightforward topic today. We're going to be doing more videos like this where we talk about overrated movements, underrated movements, things we see people do incorrectly. I hate to say it incorrectly, but we're going to be providing a lot of context on movements for people. That way they can get more out of them. Remember, don't do something just because you saw somebody on the internet do them, and that might seem kind of counterintuitive because we just made a video telling you what to do. So thanks for watching today, guys. We'll be back next week.